Hey, what's going on? Long Box Love Affair here for another comic book haul video. So I went to my hometown to visit my father in Western New York, outside of Rochester, and there happened to be a small comic book show at an American Legion building, not too far from where I am. So it's hosted by Wonderland Comics. They are a store that I always check out, so shout out to them. Every time I'm in town, I always go to Wonderland. I never went to them when I lived in town, but then I became a little bit more of a serious collector, had a little bit more money to spend, so now I check them out, see their back issues, and usually pick up a bunch of stuff. And today was no different. So I did the small con, which had a really great representation of dealers. Small, but pretty good, and found some stuff there. And then I went to a couple shops nearby and picked up some really awesome keys. So stay tuned for this video, and you get to see what I picked up at the con, as well as the other Rochester comic book stores. All right, it is now a week later, and I'm finally getting around to making this video. So at the con, I only picked up 5 books. But that said, the home store for that convention, Wonderland Comics, as I noted, had a 20% off discount coupon, just good for that day. So the store was open, so after the con, I went to the store. So let me show you what I picked up at the convention, and then I'll show the books I picked up in my haul elsewhere in town. So the first books, there was really only maybe 10 or less dealers in the room. It was super small, super small. And this picture I'm showing shows one end of the room to the other, looking into the other. So all of the dealers were new to me except for one. One of those dealers is a local guy who, local to me here in DC, and he does all the cons and the small and the big cons. And so I knew his inventory and we chatted a bit, but everyone else was brand new. I was surprised to see that guy, but he had just happened to be at that particular show. One booth I found had a bunch of random silver, bronze, copper age books, and they had Thors. And as I'm looking through and looking at the prices are decent. And he says it's 20% or 25% off the price for the Thors. I was like, perfect. So I picked up a couple second copies. Second copy of Thor 129, first appearance of Zeus. So he had it listed for $25. I got it for 25% off. So there's that. I don't have this book, but it's Thor 132. The cameo appearance of Ego. He makes a full appearance in the next issue. And then I picked up a second copy of this book, 193. This is the Thor versus Silver Surfer. I found this book at like a dollar haul not too long ago, and someone told me that is the poor man's book to Silver Surfer number 4, with the iconic, the iconic cover art there. So this is a cheaper version, cheaper crossover. So I was happy to find these books for super cheap, and I think I paid roughly about $45 for all 3 of these. The only other booth I found something at was the home base booth, and I picked up Uncanny X-Men 131, newsstand, solid copy, and 133. And I got both of these for $90. I should have negotiated a little bit. I didn't. I thought it was an okay deal, but I was looking for something to buy, and these are books that have been on my radar. The Byrne X-Men books I have, but I always am looking for nice new copies to add into my hoarding of the X-Men books. Then I went to Wonderland Comics, the actual store that hosted the convention. It was right down the street. I had a $25 or 25% discount coupon in my pocket, good for only that day. So I was looking to see what I could find. Now, I didn't see anything on the wall. I didn't see anything behind the wall. They have bins that you have to ask for some of the higher value books. But in the rows of standard back issue stock, I found some amazing price books that I've never seen before in a bin. These are lower grade, but the price was just too good to pass. So I can't believe I found this book. I was getting a little disheartened. I couldn't find anything to spend my money on, and then I found this. X-Men 101, first Jean Grey, iconic, coming out of the Hudson. Amazing Cockrum artwork there. Newsstand, it is complete. It is a beater copy. And it was $28. $28! $28 for this book. I was like, do I buy this for $28? And I can't believe I doubted myself for a moment. Yes, I buy this for $28. And it wasn't $28, it was less. It was 25% off. So to get this for less than $28, 25, 20, early 20s was amazing. It is complete. Again, it is beat. It's not that beat. So I think it was well worth it. And this is still in the bins. Like, people passed this book. I'm sure it was been in the bins for a little bit. Not only did they have this book from the iconic early Uncanny run, they also had X-Men 95, The Death of Thunderbird. Love this book. $38 before the discount. Woo! Great deal. Great deal. Again, these are low grade, but to find them in low grade at such a nice price, cheaper than what they had at the con. A book I love is this Uncanny 108. First John Byrne artwork on Uncanny X-Men. This stuff is my sweet spot. So if I find these cheap, I will get it all day. And the price, before discount, $24. I can't believe I got this for like $20, something like that. So they had some other beaters, some less necessary John Byrne run books from X-Men. Instead, I moved on and I found another book on my list, Strange Adventures 207. The third appearance of Dead Man, and it's a Neil Adams. I've been on a Neil Adams kick, mostly the Batman books, but also some early Dead Man books. I just think his artwork is so cool, and I'm at a point where I've been trying to pick them up when I find them affordably. $32 before the discount. So was really happy to find that. Again, not pristine, but that is okay. And the last book I bought at Wonderland was Amazing Spider-Man 10 for $4.50. The first appearance of Spider-Punk. Not too shabby. I went to one other store, Rhino's Comics, just outside of Rochester, sort of on my way home to my dad's. And I bought mostly dollar books. I found some really interesting dollar books. And then I bought a sort of a favorite book of mine. I'll show that last. The first book I found in the dollar bins, which I was shocked by, is Magnus Robot Fighter 12. Now, it's got a curve to it, but if I rebag this, if I give it some TLC, it's one of my favorites. It's Turok's first appearance in modern age. It's sort of like a modern Valiant key for anyone who collected back then. Back in the early 90s, I paid $50 for this book as a kid because it was one of the few I needed. So it just shows how things go up and down, and Valiant is down. A dollar for this. I was like, is that priced right? But it does have some wear. Also picked up Shadow Man #3, another Valiant book. Pre-Unity, so it's it's the early, before the crossover that really defined the company. A book I've never knew about is ROM 18. Why did I pick up a ROM book? Because I don't collect ROM. It has X-Men, and it looks like it's Alan Davis X-Men, so I need to look at this a little bit more. For $1, I figured I'd take a look at it. At the most, maybe I'll put it in a Whatnot auction, but I thought it would be fun to take a look at this book. Something I probably will put in a Whatnot auction or as a giveaway is Rogue and Gambit, the #3, the DeCall variant cover. Actually, no, this is the regular cover. He did a Virgin. Actually, no, this is a variant. But he did a Virgin variant as well. This is the cheaper one. Picked up 2 copies of Ice Cream Man Image First. Again, just to have filler. And then the last book I bought, which is a favorite, I bought for $34, is Silver Surfer 34, when Thanos comes back into play. Now, I bought all those dollar books and this for I don't know, pretty cheap. I got a decent deal at the comic book store, so was happy about that. He counts them up and he charges you a little bit less, so that's nice. They're good people. I enjoy shopping at both those stores. So those are always must go, must hit stores when I'm in town, which is not all that often. It's like 2 times a year at the most. So this is my last trip for this year up north. So that's my haul. I really can't believe those X-Men books, especially this book. Really excited about having this in the collection, having a second copy. I have a 9.0 already. It was my original copy. So to have a beater that I can open and look through is something that I was happy to have. And it's been on my radar to find a second copy. I just never thought I'd find one for $28. So I did pretty good, I think. So thanks for watching. Hey, if you're new to my channel, subscribe here. Subscribe on Whatnot. I am really trying to build that presence. Just over 300 folks subscribe there, so it's not many people. And I'm debating, is it worth it? Is Whatnot worth it? So if you think it is worth it and you want me to continue, please make sure you subscribe there. The link is in the description below for this video and for all my videos. So stay tuned for more hauls, more unboxings, more all of that stuff. And of course, you can always check out eBay for my sales, auctions, buy it nows, whatever it might be. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.